Hi and welcome. Today we will learn about gradients and create banana. Let's set up interface to work with. As you can see, we are currently on Essential Classic Workspace. We have previously learned if we remove panel or tabs from any place, we can reset it easily. As you can see, our panels are restored to its original places. Let's get benefit from this and set up our very own workspace. For today's lesson, we will need this Color tab, Swatches tab, and Gradient tab. You can connect multiple tabs and attach them together. Now go to Workspace, New Workspace, and give it a name. I'm going to name it Gradients.
Let's set this aside and create a rectangle to understand gradient first. Click here to get default fill and stroke. If we go to the Color tab and click on Hide Options, you will see this color map. By default, you will get this color map. You can expand it. Click on the Show Options to get color hue saturation sliders. If you can see over here, there many options are given for colors. But the most common are RGB, HSB, and CMYK. If we use HSB colors, we get 3 color sliders. First slider is hue. Hue is color like red, green, blue, any color. Then is the saturation, it's the intensity of color. The last slider is for brightness. Adjust the slider to brighter or darker the color. Alright, enough understanding for now. We will discuss more about colors in later videos. If we select this rectangle and click on the gradient slider, default grayscale gradient is applied. Here we have some gradients, you can choose from that. To select color from swatches, hold-click on any color and drag it to the gradient slider. Now if you want to remove this white color, just click on it and drag it down. Pick another color and drop it on the gradient panel. Remove the black color now. We can set hue, saturation, and brightness for each slider individually. First, click on the slider, then go to Colors panel, choose Color. Then use Saturation slider to find your required color tone. From the Brightness slider, you can choose whether it should be more dark or bright. On the Gradient panel, click and slide any color to make it more or less dominant. Now what is Gradient slider? If you can see on top of the gradient, is small triangle type icon is called Gradient slider. If we move it, it will make color limited to specified area. It is used when you need sharp light or dark edges. Okay, let's undo this and take a look to the types of gradient. There are 3 types of gradient: linear gradient, radial gradient, and free-form gradient. We won't be discussing free-form gradient as it's not suitable for this class, but we will learn about it in some upcoming class. For now, we will work on linear and radial gradients. If you see below, here we have to decide if you want gradient for stroke or fill. We often use fill gradient, so be sure to use fill for gradient. By default, linear gradient is applied like in this rectangle. If we select radial gradient, colors are now in circular shape. Colors on the left are inside and right side colors are outside. You can make it oval shape using this percentage bar. Click on any color slider and then use percentage bar. We generally do not use this method. We use this gradient tool for creating gradients as it is very easy to use. We can rotate it, resize it, and place wherever we want. For example, click on the end of the line. You can rotate it. Click on the other end, you can resize it. Click on gradient colors, you can place it where you want. Same applies to linear gradient. You can set position of color slider and gradient slider or rotate it. Hold Shift to rotate it in horizontal, vertical, or in 45-degree angle. Adjust the size and move it where you want. Delete this and let's create a box shape. Create a square, use default fill and stroke. Hold Alt key, duplicate it and place it on the top of the first square. Make one more copy and place it on the right side. Use Direct Selection tool and select these 2 points, adjust it like this. Similarly, select 2 points on the right square and align it with the top shape. Use Selection tool and fill it with any color. In real life, there's no stroke in any shape, so we have to get rid of the stroke. Now you can see it's more like hexagon, not a box shape. Here we need gradient so we can notice the depth and highlights. Select Shape and click on the gradient slider. Here you can see the gradient is applied to the stroke, so make sure Fill is selected and then apply gradient. Choose brown color from the fill and drop it on the slider. Remove red color and duplicate brown color. Hold Alt and click on slider. Then remove blue color too. Slide it to the right. And go to the Colors panel. Give it saturation and make it a little darker. Click on the left slide, make it brighter. Now click on another shape and use Eyedrop tool to copy gradient color from the right shape. Similarly, select the top shape and copy colors from the right shape. Now as you can see, the dark area of left shape is in the middle. We want it on the left side. So, let's change the direction of the gradient. Select the shape and click on the gradient tool. Now use Shift key to rotate it. Then move it to its original place. Now select the top shape and click on the gradient tool. You can also give it gradient by just click and drag anywhere like this. Adjust it until you get your desired colors. Now we need some highlights. Select the right shape. Go to the gradients, copy the left slider. Make it brighter. Similarly, select the left shape. Go to the gradients and copy the left slider. Make it brighter. Alright? Let's put it aside, and now bring the banana image. We will create banana vector using this image. You can find this image link in the description. So, first of all, go to the Layers panel. This box shape in the same layer as banana image. Create a new layer and drag box shape to that layer. Now on this banana layer, use this small radio button to make it lock so we won't mess with the original image. Create a new layer and select it. Now we are ready to trace image. Use P to pick up pen tool and start tracing image. We have already learned about tracing with pen tool, so we won't be discussing it over here. Trace the bottom of banana like this. Now pick up Shape Builder tool, hold Ctrl and select these two shapes. Then use Alt key to minus unwanted area. And when you just drag it will make a shape. Pick pen tool again and trace this line. Pick Shape Builder tool again and select both shapes. Use Alt key to minus outside areas. Click on those areas where you want the shape. Now let's trace this area. Pick Shape Builder tool, select shapes, and minus unwanted areas. Go to the Layers panel and hide banana image. Now let's refine the edges. Pick Direct Selection tool and make necessary adjustments. Smooth area where you find unnecessary sharp edges. I want to remove this area, so I will just click on each point and press the Delete button. Now select these both points and right-click. Then click on Join so a line will be created between these 2 points. Select this top shape and make it dark brown. Apply same color on the bottom shape. Select the shape. Go to the Gradients panel. Click here and you can see Grayscale Gradient is applied. Now choose Color from Swatches and drag it down to this panel. Remove White color. Choose Yellow color from the swatches and drag it to Gradient panel. Now remove Black color too. Get rid of Yellow color, it has created too much contrast. Instead use Alt key to copy color we have. Notice that we are on the CMYK colors, so we have 4 sliders on the color panel. CMYK stands for cyan, magenta, yellow, and key, black, and is a color model used in color printing. The CMYK color model works by subtracting the amounts of cyan, magenta, yellow, and black inks from white to produce the final print color. This color model is widely used in the printing industry to produce full-color documents, images, and graphics. If you find it difficult, use RGB colors instead. OK. Select the first gradient slider and lower the brightness. Now select the second slider and make it yellowish color. Select Group and use Stroke None. Select Upper Shape. Use Eyedrop tool to copy gradient from the below shape. Select the left gradient slider and lower the saturation to make it more lighter. Now use the gradient tool to adjust the position until you get satisfied with. Use gradient tool for below shape and make necessary adjustments. Make the right gradient slider a little yellowish. Here you are. The banana vector is ready. Now select and group it. Then right-click and export it.